All right, I'm going to show you how I make one of the ways I make oats. This is a nice way when it's cold outside because I actually make it warm. So I'm going to boil the kettle because I like the oats to kind of sit in the hot water. But depending on what your portions are, what you're kind of trying to do for your goals, if you're trying to kind of lean out or you're limiting carbs or things like that. So I'm doing like quarter cup because it's more of a low carb day for me. You could do half cup or full cup depending on how many carbs you're looking for. But that's the oats. And then I do a tablespoon of chia seeds. And I just use like the quick oats. Nothing fancy. And then I put a little bit of cinnamon and vanilla. Cinnamon, vanilla, totally up to you, whatever kind of flavors you like. But I'm going to wait for the water to boil. I'm also making some eggs to go with this. If you're not having eggs or some other protein source with this, then you can even maybe add some protein to it. So if you're doing hot, I recommend shaking up and mixing your protein first and then adding it as part of a liquid to this. And then again, just kind of play with the amounts to see what kind of texture you like. But what's good thing with oats and chia seeds is if you let it soak longer, it kind of absorbs. So if you put a little extra liquid in, it's too liquidy, just let it sit for a few minutes and it'll soak it all up. All right, so the kettle is boiled. So I'm just gonna pour just enough to kind of cover the oats so they're fully like submerged in the water. Because like I said, it's gonna soak up and absorb a lot of this. Also because I put some vanilla and cinnamon and the chia seeds, I do want to kind of mix it all in now that there's a liquid in there, just to kind of mix it up nicely. The chia seeds might kind of clump together a little bit, so it's good to mix up the vanilla, cinnamon, and chia seeds to get a nice blended kind of mixture there. So it's just going to soak for a couple minutes. Fun fact, the kettle boiling took just about as long as the eggs took to cook. So while the oats are sitting, I'm going to eat my eggs. I do like to put some hot sauce or something usually on just to add some flavor, but I just put garlic plus in there basically. So very simple. Most hot sauces don't really have any calories or sugars, so they're usually safe, but check the labels just in case. And then when the oats are ready, I'm gonna add just a little dash of almond milk and some sugar-free maple syrup. If you're not cutting out sugar, some honey or maple syrup, a little drizzle on is not going to kill you. So, all right, so just a couple minutes of soaking. It's really kind of soaked up all the liquid. So it's very thick now. So it's still really hot, which is awesome because it's cold outside. I just add a little dash, really, really small amount of that. And then I'm using currently sugar-free maple syrup by Walden Farms. So if you're trying to cut that sugar, just use maybe like a tablespoon or so. And you just kind of mix it in. Again, if you're not cutting sugars or anything like that, a drizzle of honey or maple syrup to sweeten is totally fine. They're natural, they're okay, but they are sugar. So, pick and choose whatever you want there. Right now, I'm trying to cut, so lose body fat, which means I'm trying to cut sugars more. But this is a nice little, almost like a dessert breakfast. It's like sweet and warm, so I like to eat my eggs first and then my oats. But there we go, quick and easy breakfast.